guys, welcome today to another episode. Today we're going to cover The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. Okay, so Brian Tracy's book Psychology of Selling is based on a Harvard study in which they actually studied 16,000 salespeople. One of the most interesting findings from the study is the following. The basic qualities that determine success or failure in selling are all mental. So what we're going to cover in the rest of this training are some key mental characteristics that these top sales performers had. First, we're going to talk about building a positive mindset. So 2 quotes. Whatever you say to yourself with feeling is accepted by your subconscious as instruction. That one's from Brian Tracy. Here's another one by Henry Ford. If you think you can and you think you can't, you're right. So one of the findings in Brian Tracy's books is that this top salespeople all have this unconquerable positive mental attitude. They develop these habits and skill sets so that no matter what's going on in their lives, they're confident they can succeed, they're optimistic about the outcome, and that they know that there's a good future in front of them. So here's a few ideas of what you can do to develop this positive mindset. Number 1, morning gratitude routines. Some of my top performers have developed these routines where they wake up every morning and spend 5 to 10 minutes just writing down what's going on well in their lives, what they did well the day before, what they're thankful for in the present day, something that they're looking forward to. This is a habit that Tim Ferriss does, and he describes it as mental conditioning. He's getting his mind in the right frame to conquer the rest of his activities for the day. Second, success visualization. Michael Jordan was known for this. He would wake up every morning and he'd visualize what it would feel like when he would win the NBA championship or when he would become the MVP. He once said something along the lines of, I already knew what success would taste like. I'd been there 1,000 times in my mind. 3, avoid cancerous friends. I can't say how draining it is to have either a roommate or a car mate who's just constantly complaining on the way out to area when neither of you already want to knock doors anyways. If that's happening, talk to your manager quickly and get in a more positive environment. Fourth, celebrate small victories. So whether it's congratulating yourself after each sale or going out to buy yourself when you reach certain benchmarks, build momentum on these small little victories. And finally, you need to develop this mentality of believing you can win. No matter what's going on in the day or how many people you've talked to and how many people have told you no, you've got to constantly believe in yourself that the next person you talk to is going to buy from you. One of the hardest things for first-year reps is dealing with rejection. Here's a cool quote from Brian Tracy. Here's the key to dealing with rejection. You must realize that rejection is not personal. It's not aimed at you. Rejection has nothing to do with you. Instead, it is like the rain or the sunshine. It just happens day to day. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Recognize that rejection just simply goes with the territory. So you guys, here's the brutal truth of door-to-door sales. There's a lot of people who aren't going to buy from me, you, or our best sales rep. There's a lot of people who don't want or need the service. We are not knocking on their door to sell these people. The cool thing is there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there who have bugs in their house and they want pest control, who've been thinking about buying pest control or who are upset with the current company they have. These are the people we want to sell and these are the people you're looking for. So if someone tells you no, go on, just shrug it off and look for the next person who's ready to buy. Some will, some won't, so what? Next door. Lastly, Brian Tracy talks about what he calls the winning edge. Here's a cool quote from his book. Small differences in ability can lead to enormous differences in results. The difference between top performers and the average or mediocre performers is not a huge difference in talent or ability. Often it is just a few small things done consistently well over and over again. So Brian Tracy has a really cool analogy in the book where he talks about horse racing. And as you know, in horse racing, the term he won by a nose refers to when one horse just barely edges out the other horse at the finish line. And what Brian Tracy points out is the winning horse made up to 10 times the amount the second horse did. And so it's the same in door-to-door sales. Our top performers, they're really not doing anything substantially different from our average performers. They're talking to the same people, they're working in the same neighborhoods, they have the exact same training manual with the exact same product at the exact same price. So what makes them different and what allows them to earn hundreds of $1,000s more are just these small little things they're doing well consistently over time. So a few of them are consistent time on the doors. I know of no bigger killer of a rep's summer than just not getting in on the doors. Eliminate the excuses, stop going to the gas stations, and don't ever let yourself sit around at a park, and just get out on the doors at the exact same hour and just work until the time's done. Number 2, persistent positive attitudes. You've got to believe within yourself that no matter how many people have told you no, the next person is going to buy from you. My first year, I was notorious for going 0 for 40 on the day, and probably 40% of my sales came after getting 40 no's in the day, and I'd often get my first sale around 7:30 or 8. You've got to do the same thing. No matter what's going on in the day, just believe you can win. Third, an irrational belief in winning kind of speaks to what I just said before. A rational person after 10 or 20 no's would give up. That's normal. An irrational person would get to 30, 40, 50 no's, and they still believe that they're going to sell the next person they're going to talk to. Finally, you've got to develop a cool, calm, and collected approach with customers. We don't want to be Billy Mays, a fast-talking, sleazy, slimy salesman. You want to learn to talk really relaxed and calmly with the customers. One of the best compliments you can get from a customer is actually, "I'm so glad you're not one of those door-to-door salespersons." That comes when you're relaxed and you're just talking to the customer as if you would talk to a friend. So that's it, guys, for today. Get the book and read it. Promise you it's going to help you out with this summer.